Delhi has a population of 9.879 million and it has 9 million registered vehicles, which means that there is about one vehicle for every person living in the city. 1,500 new vehicles are added on the city roads every single day. Delhi has been termed the most polluted city in the world according to WHO. A report by the University of British Columbia found only 7 days of healthy air in Delhi in a period of 730 consecutive days. That is, the city had only a week's worth of healthy air in a period of 2 whole years. Air quality is represented by annual mean concentration of particulate matter, PM10 and PM2.5. These are tiny particles smaller than 10 or 2.5 microns. The highest observed pollution level in the city has gone beyond the staggering maximum of 999 micrograms per cubic meter on several occasions. That is 16 times higher than the WHO prescribed safety limit of 25 micrograms per cubic meter. PM 2.5 levels often reach 20 times the permissible limit in the city. Around 10,000 people die prematurely every year in Delhi due to its dangerous pollution levels. Road dust, industry expulsions, and vehicles are the three main contributors of particulate matter to the Delhi air. The huge number of two-wheelers in Delhi account for 32% of the vehicular pollution. The city has 80,000 trucks, some of which are over 20 years old and mostly run on a mix of kerosene and petrol to save money. They are responsible for 28% of the vehicular pollution, while the 2.7 million cars and jeeps plying on Delhi's roads account for 22%. To tackle this problem of epic proportions, the Arvind Kejriwal government has come up with the odd-even rule. As per this plan, cars with odd-numbered plates will run on odd-numbered dates, while those with an even number on their plates will run on even days. The rule will not apply on Sundays. The scheme is supposed to run for a 15-day trial period from January 1st to January 15th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Failure to adhere to the scheme will lead to a fine of Rs 2,000. A dry run for the odd-even plan was held on Friday, January 1st, during which agencies tried to analyze the situation and loopholes in the odd-even plan. Several enforcement teams have been deployed for the strict implementation of the scheme. These include 200 teams of Delhi Traffic Police, 40 teams of sub-divisional magistrates, and 125 teams of Transport Department and Revenue Department. Volunteers including National Cadet Corps and National Service Scheme cadets have also been asked to use hidden cameras to take pictures of those violating the rule. People can register their complaints and suggestions with respect to this scheme on the two helplines provided by the Delhi government. 25 categories of vehicles are exempt from the odd-even rule, which include two-wheelers, trucks, CNG vehicles, VVIP vehicles, emergency vehicles, embassy vehicles, and vehicles of defense personnel. Vehicles with only women, including children under 12 traveling with them, and those being driven by or carrying persons with disabilities are also exempt from the rule. However, the National Green Tribunal has levied a Rs 1,300 pollution tax on trucks and a Rs 700 tax on LCVs. Experts have stated that the exemption of such a large number of vehicles, including the two biggest vehicular pollutants of two-wheelers and trucks, defeated the purpose of the road rationing experiment. Statistics further say that only 5.3 lakh cars can be kept off the roads on any day. as many as 73.9 lakh vehicles will be free to ply on Delhi roads from January 1st to January 15th. 15 cities around the world have implemented car rules to deal with pollution issues, which include Paris, Rome, Beijing, Mexico City, and Bogota. Several steps have been taken by the government in order to manage the rush of commuters during this period. The Delhi Metro will do an additional 70 trips per day. 6,000 buses were supposed to be added on the roads, out of which only 3,000 have been ultimately added. 25,000 auto rickshaws registered on the government-operated Pucho app, through which commuters can hire autos and taxis. The people of Delhi have largely come together to make this scheme a success, and the Delhi ministers are setting the tone for the rest to follow. To adhere to the rule, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his cabinet ministers decided to carpool to work. On January 1st, Kejriwal was seen sharing his odd-numbered car with Transport Minister Gopal Rai and Health Minister Satyendra Jain. Manish Sisodia, the Deputy Chief Minister, who also bears an odd-numbered car, was seen cycling to office on January 2nd. Tourism Minister Kapil Mishra took a motorbike to his office at the Delhi Secretariat. Transport Minister Gopal Rai also took a bus ride to experience the implementation of the scheme. There are, however, a large number of people who have been fined for breaking the odd-even rule. 1,800 commuters were fined for breaking the rule on January 4th, the first Monday of the 15-day trial period. More than 2,232 commuters were penalized in the first 4 days. Civil defense volunteers, in a Gandhian move, offered roses to the defaulters. Only 1,221 buses out of the 3,000 registered ones turned up on day 1. While the Delhi government claimed a reduction in pollution levels on the first day of the trial period, experts pointed out that a dip was only seen in the first half of the day. A combination of weather factors and emissions probably led to a spike in the second half. The data was calculated using a handheld sampling device and a mobile van which uses light scattering principle. 9 locations in central and south Delhi recorded PM 2.5 levels ranging between 136 and 241 on the first day. Severe category is declared when PM 2.5 crosses 250 micrograms per cubic meter. The government said these measurements are far less than the average PM measurement in the said locations in previous years. Several companies tried to come up with ideas to ease the possible problems which could crop up in this period. Twitter helped Delhiites search for information regarding nearest bus and metro stations simply by using the hashtag #PollutionFreeDelhi and entering the origin and destination. Ola and Uber offered carpooling services. Ola even allowed Delhi residents to use their private cars to carpool using the Ola mobile app. Even though the Chief Minister hailed the scheme as a success on the first day of the trial period, he informed that it was not possible to implement the vehicle rationing scheme permanently. However, the Supreme Court on January 14th ruled that the odd-even vehicular plan will not be cancelled. Arvind Kejriwal stated that for now the scheme will not be carried forward beyond January 15th as the government needed time to assess the impact of the odd-even experiment on air quality.